Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Now before I start making this video, I just want to say that I apologize for not making any life lesson videos lately. The reason I didn't do it is because I've been trying to worry about my mental health and trying to get through tough times that I've been going through this year and all that stuff. So again, I am really sorry for not making any new videos for a while about like life lesson videos and all that stuff, other than just like my short videos of my treasures and all that stuff in working and all that stuff. So which gets to the point about this video, because this video is about mental health, and this is about like why your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Now we all know that your physical health is very important too, like moving around, lifting weights and eating healthy and all that stuff, like fruits and vegetables and all this stuff. But also people do not realize that your mental health, which is your nervous system, your brain and your nerves and your whole body, that can also affect your brain's health. Like if you are putting so much stress on yourself like too many times, or even like it can even happen like because how people are treating you, or how you are trying to like figure something out, like try to solve a problem but you just don't know what to do, and you kept trying and still it puts so much stress on you. That is one of the causes of mental health problems, because mental health problems can be a very serious thing, not just your physical health, like keeping your heart healthy and all that stuff, because your brain can also be unhealthy too, just like any part of your body can. So with mental health, you have to know what is your trigger, like what things you don't like to talk about, because certain things can be a trigger of the reason why your mental health isn't going well, because you get so depressed and stressed all the time that you just can't think clearly. Like with my mental health, for example, because I also have autism, my autism can make things pretty difficult for me to get through like really tough times and through situations that I don't even know, especially when it's my first time and I don't even know what to do. And plus, for those who have seen my videos about anxiety and depression, I also have severe anxiety and severe depression. So when you also suffer with those types of things, it can make your mental health really bad. Like you can't think clearly, you can even feel weak, you don't have all that energy, especially if you eat right and all this stuff, because you're stressing yourself out too much. Which is why we have to try to understand what is the best thing for ourselves in order to keep our minds healthy. And another thing that you must also be warned about is that when you suffer too much and don't even ask for help, especially if you've been trying but maybe you're not trying hard enough, your depression can get really bad that people can even end up committing suicide, because it gets so bad that their mind is sick, the brain doesn't function properly, and then you're just gonna take your own life if you don't be careful with what you do. And sometimes that can also be because of certain meds that you take, like antidepressant medications, even though they're supposed to help you with anxiety and depression, but even they can still do bad things to you too. They can make your condition worse. Which is why if you're having a problem with your mental health, if you're having either suicidal thoughts, feel like giving up on everything or anything that you do, not wanting to talk to someone anymore, even if they're trying to help you really need to do something about your mental health, because people can die from depression, not just from a physical sickness, like cancer, a heart attack, or like any other medical conditions like that, or even injuries, because even your brain can make you want to hurt yourself, because that is also what happens when you have mental disabilities too. Because some people like me, who have mental disabilities, which is what autism is, we can do self-harm to ourselves, like when we can't do things properly, or like when I get a sensory overload. That's part of what my autism does. Like, it's like my brain is like malfunctioning because there's too much, sensory stuff going on, like too much noise, or like everything all around me, it's overwhelming my brain. And I've done self-harm to myself, like hit myself in the face, which I've done a lot as a kid. I still do that sometimes, but not as often as I used to, because sometimes I just do something to relieve my stress, especially if there was nothing that I can like squeeze or hit, to relieve my stress, especially if it is something that can't break, so it's just how it is. So when you are having problems, it's very important that you must get help, such as seeing a counselor, and see your doctor as soon as possible. Because if you don't, you could either end up in a mental hospital, like if your mental health is like getting like so out of control and you're having thoughts of hurting yourself, then you could end up in that hospital, which is not fun. No hospital is fun at all, which you want to try to avoid. And if so if you are in a mental hospital, for example, things may be really difficult to deal with, because you could be scared, which can make things pretty rough for you, which puts stress on your nervous system too. But remember, they're just there to help you, and just try to do what the doctors say at the mental hospital, and you'll be fine. They're there to help you, because the worst that could ever happen is you don't get help at all. Because if you don't get any help at all, then depression will take over you so badly that it actually can take away your life. So please try not to take life for granted, and just always be yourself. If you're not doing anything wrong, like anything bad to yourself or to anyone else, then there's no need to worry. And remember, everyone makes mistakes. We all do. That's just part of life, and it's okay. And here's the thing: if you do need help from like a friend or a relative, it's not just or from your doctor, just ask for it. Don't wait. The longer you wait, the worse it's gonna get. Just like when you think you might have cancer or something like that, and if you don't catch it in time, the cancer could kill you because you didn't get it treated in time. That's why you must always check to see what's going on and why things are not doing any good for you. So I hope that this was a very helpful video, and remember, always take care of yourself. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Don't ever forget that. And I hope everyone enjoyed this video. So again, don't forget to like and subscribe on my channel, and see you later. Bye.